So it's August 15th, 2019. Just started a little while ago. I had a few days off. I had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off of hiccuping and choking, but I never get time off for breathing spasms. Those are hourly, multiple times an hour, 24/7 since 2015. This one started from a breathing spasm. They don't always, but that's what the breathing spasm is for, to start episodes. So. I didn't get away with it this time. So we'll see. It's kind of slow. So hope it just kind of fizzles out here. You know, you hiccup and you're totally exhausted from the process, but it takes days to recover from it, only to start it up again. So never get ahead. My stamina level is about 3 hours a day. It's kind of broken up. Like I went to my chiropractor yesterday. I had laid still from 7 until 10:30 when I had to leave 10:30, 10:45 to drive to the chiropractor for my 11:40 appointment. And started to get tired right there waiting for him. And then driving back home, I was just totally drained. It's like a battery, like a bad battery in a cell phone. You know, you keep charging it. You use the phone for a little bit and it's used a lot of energy, or battery. Kind of the same thing. So yesterday I had a narco moment, like I have with all the drugs they tried to give me for this, like baclofen and thorazine and stuff. Is what those do not only make you, for me, have narcoleptic moments, but they also were making me very suicidal. They were making me more depressed than I already was. So they were more dangerous to take than they were actually doing any good. Actually, they didn't do anything, they didn't curb the hiccups. They just made me more depressed, more suicidal, and they made me fall asleep at stoplights, and I'd have to pull over because I was really tired. And once I pulled over in a red zone, and I kind of woke up, saw the rearview mirror that a cop was writing me a ticket. Of course, I stupidly drove off, and I ended with the ticket in the mail anyways. Very expensive ticket. I was getting a lot of those through those drugs, those baclofen and thorazine. I was getting a lot of tickets, spending a lot of money on parking tickets because I just was not paying attention. You know, it's those drugs are like they should be narcotics. They're really bad. For me anyway. They might work for other people. I don't want to discourage anyone. So yesterday I was driving back from the chiropractor, and on halfway home I pulled off the freeway and got to a street light, and I was several cars back, and I was just kind of dozing, fighting to stay awake, and I must have just conked out, and then all of a sudden I heard a horn honking behind me. And the car that was in front of me is now like 3 or 4 car lengths ahead. So I had a feeling that was going to happen, and this is one of the problems that I just can't. I can't function very well through the day, and so I spent a lot of time staying still, resting, rejuvenating, and then enough to go pick up Robert from work, and we go to the gym, which is not like it used to be at the gym for me. I just show up, and whatever I can do, I do, and I sit out a lot. We don't lift heavy weights anymore. Everything has just really changed. It's catering to this like you wouldn't believe. But I have a responsibility to my partner too, to be his support system in the gym, and so it doesn't change that. I have a responsibility to a partner to stay strong and to be positive, and to fight the depressions and suicidal thoughts or whatever I have. I have responsibility too within this, and a lot of things are happening right now. There are a lot of negative shit is coming at us, and we're worried about how we're gonna move forward in our life. Everything's just being threatened, but I can only do what I can do, but I have a responsibility to my partner as well to kind of, when he's around, fake it till I make it. kind of thing, and because he's worried too and depressed over this, and yet he doesn't try to show that either. He tries to be positive and spirited, and keeps me sane and comfortable, and really takes good care of me. So I'm really very fortunate in that respect to have a partner that is really with me 100% on that, and tries to pull me out of my depressions, checks in with me all the time while he's at work to make sure I'm, one, alive, and two, that I'm safe and I'm okay. And that's kind of what it takes, that kind of process. So uh, I just, I used, what I think the hardest part for me is I used to be a very active person. My job at work was very aggressive, so yeah, it required lifting a lot of heavy sterile trays, and moving up carts, heavy carts around, case carts. It was a very aggressive job, and I did that for 10 months under this condition, and it was killing me. It was really hard. I wasn't incapable of doing it. It's just that I was not doing it well. It magnified my condition 10 times fold to where I was the hiccups and choking spasms were much more aggressive, and I was sleep deprived, and just having trouble, and just the people at work alone just couldn't handle just the sounds that come out of you. Right now I'm calm, I'm sitting still, so of course they're a little less, but you can imagine this every second, really loud, hour after hour, with choking spasms, major choking spasms. I mean, it's not a conducive condition for environments, and I have 5 doctors that will not release me to be employed under this condition. So I have an ENT, I have my primary, I have my chiropractor, I have a gastrologist, and now I will have the thoracic surgeon letter in my hand by the end of this week, who I asked last Friday, would you hire me under this condition? And he has clicked to respond, because he's done this before. No, you would be a challenge. So there you have it. It's also a safety issue, so no doctors want to release me because they are responsible as well. So they don't want to release somebody that's not in a position to function what environments expect of you. I mean, it'd be kind of foolish to hire somebody that's going to fall asleep through half their shift in front of patients or wherever you'd be. It's just fooling yourself. So stuck. Stuck. So I'm interviewing another attorney to see about disputing MetLife's sudden decision after 29 months of covering me. And I hope that we can challenge and win that, and we'll just go from there. We'll see what happens. Never expected this to be the ending of my life, but this condition is not improving at all. So after all these years, all the treatments, all the medicines, all the corrective surgeries that I've had have absolutely done nothing. Now we're talking about 2 more corrective surgeries. One is to go in and maybe deal with the acid reflux issue, which is kind of my sphincter muscle. I don't know how they can fix that, because the problem is I came out of that surgery and my sphincter muscle is erratic, so it will just pop open for a period of time and then close. And when I'm having burps, you know that the sphincter muscle is stuck open, which means that anything that goes in can come right back up. acid as well, so that acid also does its own damage to your esophagus over time. It can create cancer and stuff. It's not good. So they're talking about maybe going and trying to fix that, which is a contributor, but not the. I don't think it's the full issue. I think this is nerve damage, but that would certainly relieve a good portion of this. I trust, because the Botox injection that I had in my they went in my esophagus and down in my sphincter area. They injected Botox. I used to just choke on drinking just a little bit, sip of water. I'd choke. I'd take a little bite of food. I'd choke. It was really terrible. So I wasn't even able to drink or eat very much. And so when they did that surgery, it has so far corrected that, thankfully. And then they're talking about another surgery where they're going to intubate me and put me under anesthesia and then feed my body, I think, with some type of muscle relaxer for a period of time. And we'll see. And then they're talking about some pacemaker in my stomach, which I'm not too thrilled about. It has cords coming out your side. It just, you know, they don't know much about it, and why would I want to carve up my body just to be their little guinea pig? I mean, it doesn't make sense. There's other things we can try for. But so far, my experience with over 25 physicians and multiple prescriptions and corrective surgeries is this is the result. So, I mean, I have to be now selective as to, I'm just not going to just do anything now. You know, I'm not just something to just carve up and oh, that's not working, so now let's pull you back in and take the pacemaker out, and I'm sorry about all the holes in your body. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, these doctors. They don't know shit. They're way overrated. You know, I work in surgery. Or I worked in surgery. Now, I lost my job, but I worked in surgery, and I saw them do some spectacular things. So I know what they're capable of, but they stick to the things that have been done before, and then just cookie cut their way through. But rarely do they take on issues that are rare or difficult to solve because it's too time consuming, and they would rather pay their high mortgages and fancy cars and take the easy way out than to actually perform a service in the health field called care. That's my experience, and you know, I've talked to a few other people now that have this through the Chasing the Cure website we've posted, because they've not called back. I've called to respond back to them. It's a typical TV production. I don't trust their process now at all. You know, I come from the entertainment business too. It's a very abusive environment, and I don't think they're actually any different. Except that they're taking on clients, they're not auditioning for acting roles. So they're taking on patients, they're very vulnerable patients. And so I expect them to treat us a little differently, like and they're not. It's just the same as any other production. You know, hurry, hurry, hurry. Build your enthusiasm and get you excited, and then just ignore you, abandon you. I mean, she hasn't even responded by saying, "We're working on this," or "We don't want to use you," or whatever. Nothing. I mean, I expect at least a response, just because of the field that they've gone into with this TV show and the particular subject they've chosen. There's a heavy responsibility to that, because there's a lot of vulnerability out here. People are dealing with rare conditions, and suicide is a big issue here. People are on their wits' end. And that's what I say, and I talked to several people now with this condition, and they all want to kill themselves. But we all fight on that one more day, hopefully to find something. So I started a private support group so that we're all connected now, and it's growing. There's, I think, now 6 or 7 people, so we have a way to connect, just to keep each other positive and strong and fighting forward, and to stay out of those what I call dark spaces. because it's really a real issue here. And nobody wants to talk about it. But it needs to be talked about. Because nobody's doing anything for us. And hopelessness is a really tough spot to be in. When you're completely hopeless, depressed, like I am, you latch onto anything that will give you just enough strength to get you through the next day, give you just enough hope. So anyway, I created a space so that we can all help each other rise through those moments. Because they're serious. I mean, it's very serious. It's a very serious situation. And I'm just totally exhausted.